Welcome to the Aromas and Amigos podcast. I'm here with Chef... Oh, shit, he's not here today. I'm here with Master G, the MixMaster G, the best there is, the best bartender in Ridgewood.
Imagine.
And Producer Junior's over there doing his thing.
What's up, what's up?
What's up, bud? What's up?
Chilling.
What you been up to?
Oh, a lot.
How was Christmas? Did you eat lobsters and everything?
Yeah, actually, yeah, she did make.
Of course she did.
So this Christmas, my mom made lobster. My stepfather, he actually made whatchamacallit? He made like a steak. He made I don't know what type of steak it was. I don't remember. But he made like a steak for Risa. Because she's allergic to like shellfish, seafood, and all that good stuff.
No way. Risa, you mean quote unquote your lady?
My lady. Yeah, so like she's allergic to like a lot of things on the part of like seafood and shellfish pretty much. So they made
that sucks.
I know she didn't get to try the lobster.
It was a lot of tails.
Yeah, it was good, man.
Those are huge.
So yeah, we had that going on. Of course, you know, my mom, she doesn't eat meat, so there was a lot of seafood stuff. So she had shrimp, she had lobster, she had stuffing mushrooms that she did. Asparagus she had as well.
What kind of steak did your?
That's the thing. I don't know why I don't recall because the thing is like I got there late. No, I got there late. So like. Everybody already had ate, and then they set the plate aside already for
You
Lisa.
got there late because you was working.
I was working, yeah.
So you celebrated on Christmas Eve.
We celebrate Christmas Eve, yeah. We don't celebrate, well, of course, Christmas as well, but like, we celebrate Christmas Eve.
And Christmas, you open presents.
No, well, technically it is already the 25th. We wait till 12 a.m. and everybody opens up the gifts at 12 a.m., yeah.
Oh, nice.
But so the 25th, it's usually like everybody goes to church. That's what they do on the 25th. Because it's Jesus Christ's birthday, you know?
Yeah. How much socks did you get?
Socks? What do you mean socks?
You didn't get socks.
No, that's the thing.
You look like a socks guy.
I didn't know this. You mean socks? I thought you meant like the stockings that they put.
No, socks.
Socks? So actually so this is the thing. I don't like buying myself. I don't know why. I don't like buying myself socks or boxers. Like, I feel like...
Sucio.
No, hold on. I have a lot. But I'm saying, like, me, myself, I don't like buying it. Like, I feel like if I'm about to buy it, like, I want to buy something else. I don't know why. So, like, for Christmas, I'm very happy and very excited for that. When people give me boxers and socks, like, I'm happy with that. That's, like, the best presents ever. So, like, my aunt, she gave me a pack of socks and a pack of boxers, and I was like, that's perfect. So, it was, like 20 pairs of things. So, I was, like, happy with that shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What did you have? What else did you have? What else did you do?
So we spent it with the family. We played games. It was actually my first time. Well, maybe it was my second time. Perhaps third. I'm not sure. Playing Uno, but I don't remember it. That's the thing. So I was learning how to play Uno. So I feel like it was my first time playing Uno. Because I never played Uno before, and it was pretty fun. No, it was pretty
honestly
fun.
Crazy.
Uno's a good game.
Yeah, it was really, really fun. It was like the whole family was playing it together. We were all like trying to like figure out like the gaming because Rizzo was the one that knows how to play it. But then we have my other cousin that's played it.
Everybody plays it different.
Everybody plays it different, so it felt like we were all like...
Some people, when you have to take cards, some people take until you get the card. Like say you don't have the color, or then, right? Some people play that you take until you get it, and then you put it down, or some people just take one and then go.
In my family, it got to the point that it wasn't about winning. We didn't care about winning. We just wanted to make sure that next player could get the card.
We had to play.
We wanted to make the next player suffer. That's what it was all about, bro.
We play with drinking. So like if you give say a draw 4 or a wild +4. Or plus twos, whoever gets +4 has to take a shot.
I know there was a create your own Uno at one point where
that's all they have now is create your own.
So wait, what the heck is Uno Remix? I saw that too. I don't know what that is. Uno Remix.
Oh no, there's a new Uno that they have now where you get to write your own cards. So like there's like blank card. You get either keep it the way it is, like the wild, or there's like a white like circle in it that you can just like you can either put swap hands, with the next player, or you could do like
strip naked,
whatever you want. So whoever gets that card, they gotta, you know, do it.
Nah, like.
But that's what they do now. So it's like swap hands. They have, you could get rid of your cards. You could just, you know, whoever has one card left, switch with them.
Win.
Like whatever, whatever you want. Like whatever you want with the thing.
No,
it's up to you. But you don't have to do that. I don't really play like that.
Nah, it was fun. Like yeah, like we were all like playing it. But like I said, it wasn't even about winning anymore. It was just more about like making the next person. Pretty much like suffer, you know. So like, and when we were all playing, my aunt goes and tells my cousin, which is her son. She goes and says, "You better not let me carry him anymore, or you're grounded." Like you know, it got heated like to that point. So he's like, "What the hell?" So then what he did was, because he was next to her, so obviously whatever he played, it was gonna affect her, you know.
Oh yeah, of course.
So. What he ended up doing was, when she told him that, he ended up using one of the cards, which it was like to reverse, like to go the other way instead of going this way. So he had to go the other way so he could attack the other part instead of him attacking his mom.
Damn, sound like
so
you
it got to that point.
Sound like you're having a Uno war.
He did a reverse and he was
he did a reverse. So it was like super funny. I was like, what the hell? They're serious right now.
Sound like
so it was a fun game, playing it with the family and everything.
Yeah, it was a good game. That's good. That's good.
But,
that's good.
Yeah, everything was good. Then after that, we spent it with them. Then we left. Me and Risa, we ended up going to Long Island, where she has her family's over there. We were with her sister.
Oh, nice.
And we spent Christmas Day, the 25th.
So Thanksgiving and Christmas, you just house hop.
Huh?
Eat and run.
Yeah. But no, but for this Christmas, for this Christmas, I couldn't like do the usual, like as in like what I did for Thanksgiving, meaning like go to my family's house, like as in like my aunt, my cousins. Like no, because like I got up pretty late, dude. So like not really late, but like it wasn't enough time to do things.
You didn't wake up in time to see Santa.
No, we woke up early actually the next day. The next day we woke up like around, I believe it was like 8 or 9.
That's good.
Yeah, we had to go all the way to Long Island though. It was like all the way by exit, if I'm not mistaken, it's in the 70s. Like exit 73, so it was far, bro.
Damn, that's far. That's actually.
And it was super foggy that day, bro. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, what is Canada being on fire again?
Yeah,
it was like the Mist movie. Like that's how I felt. I was like, oh man.
Shit.
I thought Canada was on fire again. I smelled the smoke outside. I was like, oh man.
Dude, it was ridiculous, bro. I got a video that I recorded right like of the street, and then you see her house because her house was all light up. That's the only thing you saw. Everything else it was dark.
I've been coming home pretty late recently, and I've been seeing every night it's getting like progressing with that.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yesterday wasn't like that, but the day before.
No, it wasn't like that. But I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I look at the lights and I literally see the clouds just passing. Mm-hmm. You know, like it's scary whenever you're driving on the highway. What do you guys do for your Christmas? Well,
he doesn't celebrate Christmas. He's Jewish.
We all celebrate Christmas.
He's Jewish. He celebrates Hanukkah.
Well, even Hanukkah, and then after Hanukkah, we celebrate Christmas. It's a celebration.
He don't celebrate Christmas.
Celebration of family.
He just
friends.
stays home.
I don't celebrate Christmas.
They don't celebrate Christmas.
If anything, I was working on Christmas.
Yeah.
See? Bro, you gotta know your cultures.
Either way,
not everybody celebrates Christmas. You just now said it's the bird of.
Well, it is, yeah. But like, either way, a lot of people still celebrate it. You know, like celebration.
Nobody celebrates it but you.
God, how was yours?
Christmas is normal. Just gifts for the kids. That's it. That's all that it is.
No, you didn't go anywhere. You didn't house hop like this guy over here.
Or you go to their house?
We had dinner, and then we had dinner. My uncle. He cooked us food. He has a restaurant in Northern Boulevard, so he cooked us some good stuff, Mediterranean, Italian kind of food.
Yeah,
that's fire.
So he gave us some food. We went to pick it up, and we ate.
He's a chef, your uncle?
Yeah, he's a chef. Yeah, he's nice. Julie's uncle.
Oh, okay. From her side.
Yeah, from her side.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. He's very good. He has good. He is good, very talented. He didn't, he learned it the way it is. He didn't really go to school and stuff, but like normal chefs. But majority of the chefs don't really go to school. Chefs going to school is just to give you like a just props and to know technical terms.
I always wanted to go to bartending school though. I never went to bartending school, but I'm saying
as you know, a chef is basically the captain of the ship. Yeah. He leads the way, shows them how to do this, shows them how he wants things, shows them how he wants done. The majority of the chefs, not majority, but most chefs that claim they're chefs, they're cooks, or they're chefs that chef is calling like a title, like a doctor. You know what I mean? That's the main title. And everybody calls themselves chef, but you got to be able to throw down. Throw down in a restaurant environment, get what you call it going, create your dishes, be able to teach. You're a teacher, you're a leader, you're all these things. You're an organizer, you're your own secretary, your own assistant. You're doing all of these things, right?
Yeah.
And you have to be able to teach your cooks to do the same thing. And you're the one that basically, if anything happens, you get the shit for it because you're the chef.
Yeah.
So you have to know all of these things. You can't just go and say I'm a chef and call yourself a chef and then just be like, oh, because I'm not a cook. No, you're a cook. There's a difference. People right now, they just oh, you're a chef, or you're this, you're no, because it's like saying you're not a doctor, you're a nurse. It's not right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, at that point, you put in the work to get that title. You go to school, you do all these things, and you deserve the right. The title needs to have some kind of meaning to it.
Yeah.
But some people are just cooks. But you got to be able to throw down. You got to be able to go in the kitchen and knock out 100 orders. You know what I mean? Back to back, bam, 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 bam. A lot of people not able to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's really good. He's the actual chef, and he cooks on the line.
What's the name of the restaurant that he's in?
I can't remember. I think it's Veranda, something like that. I believe it. Yes, I know the boulevard.
Oh, so he had Spanish food then for Christmas. Well, Italian, I'm sorry. But either way, yeah. I'm sorry. Italian, but he had to put his own taste.
Womp.
No, he had to put his own Spanish taste into it. Come on.
He's Italian. He creates Italian Mediterranean food. That's what it is.
So everybody had that.
It's classic. He's not gonna put it's not like in cream where you take the Latin and you infuse both my own specialty and Diego's own specialty. We fuse it together. No, it's
so it's 100%.
It's just classic. Yeah, you can't. Okay. Italian places you can't really. There's not a lot of places. 80, I could say 80% of Italian places they're strictly, or Mediterranean, they're strictly follow the traditional ways. They're always in the traditional way. There's only 20% that's they'll do little twists on it, but majority of the time is it's classic.
I got
traditional. You didn't cook?
Passed down. Everybody might be a little different, but because they take it from their grandparents, their great grandparents, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But that's what it is.
But I got a question for you though. Do you think it's not because they're not able to get infuse the stuff, or do you think they just want to keep it traditional? Do you think
It depends on the owner. So if you're a chef and own a restaurant, you can do what the hell you want, depending how creative you are. But if you're a person that wants a restaurant, but is not a chef or not a not a bartender, you're not gonna you're gonna stick to what you grew up with, You're gonna stick to what you know. Modern times though is where you're getting a lot of a lot of people doing crazy different things, infusions. Yeah. Okay. This is older school. But anyway, yeah. So today we're here with MixMaster G in his
element.
his kingdom, his element, his bar. The bar you was there for 5 years, stripping away, changing the way it looks, filling the shelf, unfilling the shelf, organizing it different, moving things around.
Seeing what works.
See what works and see what doesn't. Trial and error. That's why now you go to other places and it's 2 seconds, pop, pop, pop. You know what to do, you know what not to do. That's, so, let's talk about that. Being here for the 5 years or more, would you, you've learned a lot.
Of course,
right?
Yeah.
So I could go down the whole list and this will be another hour podcast. But what are a few things that you've stands out that you alternated coming in and you changed, you came in with a habit and now looking at all the things, What have you learned?
So, in bars, like when you come in, especially like if it's a new bar, or if it's an older bar that's been around that you're coming in to like either help change it, help with it and the developments and everything, you have to feel the comfort first of the bar. You have to feel the comfort first of the bar. See, hold on, give me a second. I got it. It's not there, it's not there. No. Abby's over there in the coffee machine, just, yeah. It's the government looking for you, man. For both of you. For being terrible. Not wanting to celebrate Christmas.
For...
Anyways.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Anyways, you gotta feel the comfort of the bar. You gotta see how the station is set up. You gotta see why the station is set up the way it is. Work with the station first at its setup so you can understand it. And then, little by little, you start making your adjustments, your movements, and you start feeling more of you're more in the comfort now of it. So when I first started with your setup, how you had the bar set up.
Correct.
How the liquors were in different sections, where your speed rack used to be before, where your ice bins used to be before, the main station where it used to be at, the beer tap, which wasn't here, it was over there. You know, like I first came in like to see it, see how you operate it, feel the comfort. And then little by little, I would make suggestions of like, okay, we should change this, we should change that. Like there was a time that we had all the bottles behind me where it was a mixture of bottles. So you had
that's right.
the vodka, the tequila. At that time period, you specialized more on vodka because you had a major collection of vodka in this bar before. There had to be like at least like, which is insane. If I'm not mistaken, there had to be at least 10 to 12 bottles of vodka. It was a lot of vodka back then.
Different types
I remember
of vodka.
the brands. I remember some of the brands.
Okay. So what stood out? Like what stood out that you learned, that you came in with it, and then you by learning all these years?
So yeah, like what I mean is like once I felt the comfort, once I felt what I had to move, what I had to change, you start changing your working skills behind the bar by doing so, you know? So like it all comes with the setup. Once you have your setup structure, then that's when you develop your movement, that's when you develop your skills in creating the cocktails. Because normally you start working with what you currently have at the bar.
Correct. Yeah, of course.
And then you start changing little by little. So like, for instance, during that time, I used to make a lot of like vodka cocktails because that's what you had. Then you start changing, when you start changing bottles, you start creating different types of cocktails. You start changing from vodka, whiskey, tequila, rum, gin. You know, you start playing with different variations of things, and then your skills keeps, polishing out of that, you know?
Of course. So out of all that you learned, if you were to redo it again, what would be one thing that you would not do?
One thing that I would not do?
Yeah, so like today, everything you learned, today, the 28th of December,
2023.
You rewind all the way back to opening it up again. What would one thing you do that you haven't done here, that you regret doing right now at this point?
That I haven't done?
Right now at this point, right? Everything you learned.
Yes.
We go back to day one.
Yes.
Okay, you have all this knowledge already. We go back to day one, we start again. What is one thing that you will definitely keep right now, like currently, from what you have today, back when we started again? What would you keep and what wouldn't you not keep?
So I would keep definitely the beer tab behind me.
Got it.
That's been a huge help because it should have been in the middle, you know?
Okay.
So it's just better. You're much more faster, much more flexible working with being where it's at. Why would I not keep?
What would you change?
Like, why would I change?
What would you change? Yeah. It could be a liquor you wouldn't want to work with anymore, or it could be, you know, changing garnishes or cups, or using plastics, or using more botanical liquors, or you know, things like that. Like, what would you do a lot now? So what would you not keep that you don't like?
That's kind of hard to say, man, because like, I don't know. I never really thought about it.
If you were to get rid of something today, what would it be? Like one thing.
Nah,
it could be a lot of liquor.
That's terrible to ask me. I don't like getting rid of anything, especially when it's a bar.
Could be washing machine, Henny. It could be like you don't like Henny, get rid of it. Make it smell like you would never use it. You would never have it at your bar. You would things like that.
No, there's nothing wrong with Hennessy. I just
as an example, what would you do? Beer wise, less selection, more taps. You know, what would you do more? Do you do liquors on taps? What do you like, have done?
If I was to get rid of anything, it would have been like trying to like to get rid of that side right there, just to expand it.
They can't see it, so
yeah,
you gotta explain
it. The head of the bar.
Okay.
So like where the bar is like this. It's like a straight, pretty much arrow. Like it's kind of hard for 2 bartenders or 3 bartenders to be behind the bar.
Got it.
This bar was designed mostly more for one bartender.
Correct. Yes.
So if I was to change, I would change that. I would have changed the bar, expanded it a little bit more, especially where the front is, because it consumes a lot of space. So it would have been a little bit more skinnier on there. I would make it like into a U, but like in a more skinnier style. Because you have a lot of space. You will definitely have a lot of space if it was created like that. And there will be enough sittings for everybody. Definitely by the end side, I would have created a little bit more expansion over there, and then to create an opening on the other side where the kitchen is. That way they could come in and out, and nobody's not bumping into each other by the bar. You know, that's probably like what I would have changed if I was to take anything out and like try to expand anything. It would be that.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sounds like you picked up a lot of experience. So tell me.
Yes.
If you were to invent a cocktail to represent New York City. Actually, you know what? Let's make it better. You're not from the whole entire city, right? You're from Queens, right? You're from Ridgewood, right? Correct?
Yes.
What kind of cocktail would you come out to say, hey, this is called the Ridgewood or whatever?
I think there is already a Ridgewood cocktail.
So
how would you know, Mr. 18?
So that would be kind of hard to say or do, because the thing is, like, we're now living a time where, like, it's not about like the town or the city. We're now in a time where there's so many different people that come from everywhere now. People come from Brooklyn to Queens, or Long Island to Queens, or Manhattan to Queens, you know, like, and it's different now. Back then, that you was able to do something like that. I'm talking about like way back then, where you have these cocktails that will represent like New York City. You will have to represent New York City. You will have the Manhattan.
This is your hood.
You know.
What would you?
It would be.
What kind of cocktail?
Like I said, it would be hard to do that, because
all right, but
everybody.
Let's break down your process, right? You're trying to make a cocktail that represents your town, right? Ridgewood, right? What represents Ridgewood to you when you were growing up? Do you look at, let's start from the base, right? Do you look at some type of like whiskey, vodka, gin, you know, what are you? So
the thing is, like I said,
would you move towards with the area you grew up in? You grew up in Ridgewood, right? You went to high school, you know, middle school, whatever. You went all that, you did here, your family had restaurants and stuff like that, right? The culture's mixed.
Yes.
How would you, what will represent, what you feel like what will represent? You're not on the board, right? This is hypothetical, so don't give it too much thought. You know, just go straight
like
to it.
What I was saying, it would be kind of hard to do, and I'm gonna give you an explanation why. It's because Ridgewood itself is very diverse, and not just Ridgewood itself, but like in reality, everywhere is very diverse. So you have, you know, Hispanics, you have Europeans, you have, you know, Africans, you have Caribbeans, you have, you know, Indians, Asians. Like, it's pretty mixed with everything. So if you are mixing anything like that, and you was to represent anything like that.
But that's everywhere.
You have, that's everywhere. That's what I'm saying.
So
time has changed.
Yeah, but that's everywhere. Well, so you can't represent. If you were to make,
that's what I'm saying.
If you were to make a cocktail for Connecticut, it would be mixed too. So you have to think about.
That's what I'm saying. So my point is this:
just look at the people, look at the culture, look at the attitude, look at the look at the smoothness, look at the the generality of things that are like that stand out. Not like you're not looking at well, there's Africans, there's Spanish, there's Jewish, there's okay, fine. But I get there's a mix of culture. But what will be a process of making something specifically towards that? It's like this is where you grew up. What would you feel like the taste would be? Something bitter, something sour, something, how do you feel? Was it a smooth transition? Was it a smooth neighborhood? Was it rough? Was it? I'm talking about when you were growing up, not now, not today.
Well, but that's the thing. Like I'm gonna say it again. It's very diverse. So that being said, everybody has the main palate taste right now that majority of people are going for. Because I can't really say, when I was growing up, because I was young at that time. I was underage. I'm talking about my time now.
The feeling was there.
I'm talking about like my time. So like, that being said, anywhere you go in general now, the big hit, like the big palate taste of everybody, most of people, is tequila now. So you have tequila being the top thing, right?
But that's a trend.
Yeah, but
that doesn't represent
either
the
way,
culture.
You have tequila as the big thing now.
Of course,
that's the main thing.
That's a trend.
And then you have most of the bars, they are working with, and it's because of what's around. You have a lot of bitterness that's going around. So you have Campari, you have Jägermeister, you have. You have like a lot of like the bitterness that's happening, and a lot of the backbones drinks are being created. Like I said, back then, like I'm talking about years back, you were able to represent a certain city or certain town. Now you can't do that because it's so diverse. Because if I was to say, okay, I want to represent Richwood by doing Apple, because for example, Apple is what's Richwood. You can't do that now because it's like. It's very diverse. It's like me asking you, what will you do representing food for Richwood?
But I would create something but you're not being like you're not standing there being a representative of Richwood.
No, not representative, but
it's your own creative talent.
It's your own creative thought.
So like you're like if you ask an artist to paint you a picture, he's not gonna be like, well, let me use yellow and blue and orange and pink because of this and that. He's gonna paint what he feels. Because that's what his perspective.
Yeah.
So when I'm asking you, you're like Vivek Ramaswamy, the friggin' presidential candidate. I'm asking you a question, you're going around the question.
No, it's not going around the question. I'm being realistic. That's the thing.
You're not a politician.
No, it's about being realistic. Like I'm just saying, like, it's something that you really can't do.
But it's something that comes from. But what I'm saying is, when you create a drink, and I'm asking you to represent, right? It's about you. I'm not asking you to, represent Leo's Barbershop. I'm not asking you to go represent Joe and John's and do something what they like, or because they're Italians and they're Israeli or Jewish or Russians. I'm not asking you for the Dominicans or the Colombians. I'm not asking you for.
Did you just say Israelis? Israelis?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But either way, look, this is the thing.
So, on your perspective, what represents what to you, your personal, your canvas, like your glass is your canvas. If you wanted to paint a picture using liquor, right? That's what you're doing. Well, it's your feeling. So you're telling you're not representing. Like I said, you're not a politician. You're not representing the people in Ridgewood. You're doing. What would you feel that would be a best to yourself representation of Ridgewood? It could be, like I was saying, it could be something how you felt from the past, the present, the future, whatever it is. It's your opinion.
So once again, because you're not listening.
I am listening.
Listen, pay attention. You got to hear the words.
Okay.
It's very diverse. Okay?
So it means you can't make a cocktail. Yeah, go ahead.
It's very diverse. So that being said, Ridgewood is very diverse. I'm saying it again, one more time. It's very diverse. So that being said, that means since it's very diverse, when I create something, and I create something out of diversity as well, I'm going for complexity. With that being said, since it's very diverse, you have tequila, you have whiskey, you have everybody that drinks so many different things. So when I create cocktails, I go by 1, the season, 2, by the complexity because of the diversity that is around Richmond. So that being said, I'm able to create cocktails that will be mixed with tequila, mixing it with rum, or mixing it with whiskey, or if not going from whiskey, wine, beer. So if you was to say something like that, to represent what is Ridgewood, since Ridgewood is very diversity, then it would be complexity.
Okay.
If you wanted to put it like that, that's what I would represent.
How about we keep it simple? If you were to invent a cocktail,
yes.
Okay, let's just go straight. Let's see if you can answer this one.
Yes.
Represent a cocktail.
Correct.
Create a cocktail that represents Dominican Republic. What would you make?
So to represent Dominican Republic, because now we're talking about country.
Okay.
To represent Dominican Republic, you would create something with rum.
Okay, what would you mix?
The rum that I will use, it would be a rum from Dominican Republic's soil, which would be either Brugal, you know, Barcelona. You know, and if you really want to go into depth, that to represent the culture itself, we will go mixing something up with Mama Juana, which is the heart of Dominican Republic.
So you're telling me you will mix something with Mama Juana and
even
another
though Mama
rum?
Juana is already mixed with something, but of course, I would definitely create something with Mama Juana. And if I was to represent my city, which is different in this case as well, because we are talking about
let's say your city. Okay, let's go.
If I was to represent my city, what is heavily known in my city, and it's everywhere in the flower, is what a lot of people either call Jamaican flower or hibiscus. In my city, we have a lot of hibiscus. So I would create something with hibiscus, Mama Juana, you know. And
wouldn't Mama Juana be strong to
because I would make it in a way that it would be balanced behind it.
Okay.
You know? Mama Juana, of course, it has the rum, it has the herbs, it has the spices, and it has wine, of course. So you have to create something that will be balanced between, you know, both worlds. So I will use the Mama Juana, I will use hibiscus as my syrup. And as for juice-wise, one thing that is heavily known over there as well is what we call chinola, which is passion fruit.
Okay.
You know?
Sounds good.
So it's different in that case when I'm saying country, and if we're going to talk about city, we're talking about a city of a country in the Dominican Republic, because it's not that diverse as compared to what is United States.
Yeah, understood.
You know?
Got you.
So what diversity, complexity will be the main thing I will use to represent, in that case, Ridgewood, you know?
Got you. Okay, sounds good. Anybody ever came into you, anyone ever came in and asked you for, like, what's the most unusual drink anybody ever came and asked you for?
Unusual drink?
Weird, unusual, like what the hell? When, like, you got that, what the F moment, you know, like, what the fuck, you know? What the hell is that? Or you had to, like, why? Like, why did you, like, question? Like, I know you don't say it out loud, or maybe you did, but why would we ever went, like, why would you want that? Like, you know, that's not, like, why? Anything, throughout your whole life, doesn't have to be here, doesn't have to be in this bar, doesn't have to be your whole time bartending. Anyone ever asked you anything unusual? Or just you knew everything that they asked and it was, like, regular stuff?
Well, the thing is, like, I ain't gonna lie, I've been very lucky so far, because I know that there are places that people do ask crazy stuff. But over here, I've been very lucky, because for some reason, a lot of people, they do get, like, classic drinks. The one that I would say, like, I kind of, like, paused for just, like, a brief second, and that was probably, like, 4 or 5 years ago.
The over there?
Huh? No, that's a classic. No, it was with a martini. And to me, I just found it a little bit unusual at that given moment for like a brief second. But I was like, yeah, sure, I can make it for you. And it was a coconut martini. And for me, that was a little unusual because, you know, usually martinis, you know, you go with the classics or you go with filthy or with dirty. But this is also during a time where now martinis are starting to develop a different type of taste. Now you're going for like a fruity taste now, or like a creamy taste. So to me, that was probably like the most unusual because it was my first time encountering that. Somebody asking me for a martini with coconut. So I was like, yeah, I can make it. So in my mind, I'm gonna make it with, you know, with coconut rum. But when the person told me that no, he wants it with coconut milk, that to me was like, oh, okay, I never seen that before, but yeah, sure, why not? I could do it. And I did it, I did it. And it came out pretty good. I tried it myself. It was a little strong though, but it came out pretty good. And to me, that was like the most unusual at that given moment. And then obviously now, everybody likes lychee martinis or blackberry martinis. I've been seeing a lot of that lately. I've also seen strawberry martinis now. So it's like people are making like fruity martinis. So to me, maybe that was the most unusual. So far, I haven't really got into like something like really, really crazy. Like not yet. It could happen.
Good, and we're gonna look for something, give it to you.
Yeah, not yet. It could happen though.
Start making you go crazy.
Nah, hell no.
I'm gonna get you the the Commonwealth?
Yeah, like the Commonwealth, like I've heard of it. Obviously, I never
should
made
make it one day.
Crazy.
See how it tastes.
Supposedly that takes like hours.
You're behind the bar right now.
Hours. He's gonna have to buy me mad stuff. He's gonna spend almost a whole check. There's gonna be a whole bunch of stuff he has to buy for us. It's crazy. Some of the things you can't even get in the US. It's crazy.
Avi's the rich one.
What? Sure. Nah, yeah, a lot of those things, it's kind of crazy what it has. I would like to look into it, but there's so much recipes in it, and I don't know how they even came up with it, honestly. I would like to do some research on that.
So I'm asking you these questions to see where your creativity comes from. Everybody knows you.
My creativity comes from.
That wasn't the question.
If that's the case,
that wasn't the question. Hold on.
If that's the case, the answer is this.
Hold on, that wasn't the question.
What?
Listen to what I'm saying. Oh my gosh.
No, I'm asking you what the question.
What were you having that coffee? You had an espresso shot?
Yeah.
My thing is, the reason I asked you these, I'm asking you these is to see where your creativity comes from, right?
Yeah, no, and I'll say it.
Hold on. Not in the sense where you're gonna go and just say, oh, my creativity comes from A, B, C, and D. It's more of like, it's more like a psychological breakdown of what your creativity comes from. You understand? And then you could say, we all can say it, but you want to know the complexity of your creativity. So what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie? In the culture itself, or like in general?
What's your favorite movie in general?
In general? Harry Potter.
Harry Potter?
I like the Harry Potter series.
So Harry Potter is very mystifying, magical, and things like that, right? Now you know where I'm going with this. What would be a cocktail that you would create, right? And say, yeah, I know you're gonna say, oh, they got cocktails, whatever. No, what you personally, your take from Harry Potter, and everybody could read a story, everybody could watch a movie, and they'll come out with different experiences, different feelings, right? I'm trying to break down the feeling you put into your cocktails, so other people, when they drink your cocktails, take your cocktails, they know there's a feeling behind it. Then you're just making it combine flavors. You understand? So you like the movie Harry Potter. What would be a cocktail would you create, or a mixture of liqueurs and chasers that you would make or put together to create a drink? Yeah. From your representation of Harry Potter.
So I would definitely like to and it's funny because I bought a book, but I haven't gotten to that book yet to read. I would like to learn, especially that I went to the Harry Potter store in the city, how to make butterbeer. I would like to specialize on that because that's something that is very, very big in the Harry Potter series. They talk a lot about butterbeers, and I would like to create a cocktail with butterbeer. And I feel like butterbeer would be really, really cool in a cocktail with whiskey, especially like in the winter time. So I would like to make something that is warm with that. So I definitely want to do like some research, do some studying on that, and create something with that, like something like very fun, and garnish it in a way that is really cool and very, very awesome, that you feel like, oh, I'm in Hogwarts right now, you know?
Who's your favorite school?
As for well, it's kind of funny because I like Slytherin, but I like Gryffindor because of the color. I like the Gryffindor colors, honestly.
Green?
No, Slytherin is green.
Oh yes.
But like I like Gryffindor because of the color that it has. You know, like it's a pretty cool color, like with the housing.
I don't know anything that you're saying.
Are you talking about Harry Potter?
I never watched Harry Potter.
You're not allowed to watch Harry Potter.
Wait, for real?
No, I'm being dead serious.
You're not allowed to watch it.
I'm not a fan of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm listening to him. He's saying that you're not allowed. I'm like, wait, what?
What? No.
It's really cool. You should watch it. It's really cool. I like it.
I don't know, like that whole magical thing. It just doesn't interest me.
I like the story. It's not about the magic, it's the story behind it.
Yeah.
You gotta see it. It's pretty interesting.
Alright. Check it out.
Avi's favorite movie is Bang Bros.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is The Zone, bro.
What's
my
Big
favorite
Booty?
Wow, I was gonna say, wait, what is that?
Big Booty, Volume 13.
That's freaking hilarious. What's your favorite movie, actually?
My favorite movie?
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Really?
I love Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, Johnny Depp is fire in that one.
Captain Jack
Hopefully they got the new one coming out soon. Hopefully.
Nah.
He's in it.
Aquaman is coming out.
I will be. Aquaman already came out.
The second one?
Yeah, it came out.
What? I'm gonna go watch that one.
It sucks.
But yes, Harry Potter, and I would definitely love to create a butterbeer cocktail.
All right, sounds good.
I would like to see how that goes.
Sounds good. When you make your cocktails, right? Say, would you make a cocktail right now to show us your skills? Show us your little twerk and shake and show, well, not me, them, the viewers. At 2,500 subscribers we go.
So yes, I would definitely like to show you guys.
Fucking bragging about it. That's a big achievement.
I would like to show you guys one of the most popular cocktails in the cultural world, not just in the United States, internationally, worldwide. It's quite an interesting cocktail. There's a lot of myths, a lot of stories behind it. Truthfully, we don't know who created it. Some say it was the Woodford Hotel in the early 1900s. Some say it's from the 1800s. Some even call it the founding father of the cocktail.
Go back there and get it.
So we go like, this is a cocktail
Go back there and get it.
It's really special to me as well. Because I feel like this is a cocktail that defines like the definition foundation of cocktails itself. And it's funny enough, it doesn't even have a name to it. It's called the Old Fashioned. It's so old that people back then, they were calling it Old Fashioned. That is the rumor, that is the myth behind it. Some say that the very first cocktail that was ever invented, some say it was the Sazerac, which is from the New Orleans. It has pretty much a very similar take to what an Old Fashioned is. Some people say Old Fashioned was inspired by the Sazerac itself. And it's 4 very simple ingredients. We use spirits, such as, it could either be, back then it was rye. Now in the modern time we use bourbon. It could be Scotch, it could be Irish, it could be Canadian. Some even make it with rum, some even with tequila. There's different kinds of variations out there. So it has whiskey, it has sugar, it has ice and bitters. That's the simplest that you could ever get of those 4 cocktails. However, for my version, I wanted to create something a little bit different, something that is within the season itself, because we are in winter. I want to make you guys an old fashioned that has been infused with hazelnut. I had some quiet time infusing it with. So this is actually hazelnut. To toast up the hazelnut, you can put it in an oven, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Let it toast up for a few minutes, like just keep an eye on it until it turns, like a little bit, like toasty, like kind of color, like a very nice tan color.
So it can release the oil?
Yeah, so it could release the oil. So with that being said, you take it out, it has this nice, beautiful, fragrant smell to it. You put it in any jar, it's just like this one, like a nice big one, or if not, like a mason jar. You will add about 2 cups of hazelnuts of these. Make sure it's bleached hazelnut. 4 cups of whiskey. My whiskey take was actually Wild Turkey. It was 101 proof alcohol. I like bourbon, so I'm going for a bourbon take on this. And for bitter-wise, a traditional old-fashioned is usually made with Angostura bitters or like orange bitters. So instead, I wanted to go for like that nice winterish taste and / also fallish taste, because you can also use this for the fall. I decided to go with black walnut bitters and also cherry bark vanilla bitters. For my sweetener, I'm going for a nice maple syrup, okay? So this is what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna go We're gonna pour 3 ounces of this bad boy. This is my infusion right here. So as I said, you know, you put it on the oven for 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Let it sit there for a week. You let it sit there longer, you will have a much more better taste to the hazelnut. Depends on the taste that you're going for, okay? You're gonna put half an ounce of maple syrup. Exactly. Okay. We're gonna go with 2 dashes of black walnut bitter. And we're gonna have the final touch. About this amount, okay? Just 1. Okay. Full scoop of ice. All right, and then we're gonna stir it up. We're gonna stir it up for at least 8 seconds, okay? Some will stir a little bit longer than that. I like to stir most of my cocktails up to 8 seconds, depending on the ice that you're using. Okay. We're gonna get a nice double rock glass, nice and chilled. Put a black ice. One part. Okay. Now we're gonna get, some people will use an orange peel. Some people will use orange and lemon peel together. I'm gonna go for a lemon peel for my case. I like more of the lemon taste. So what we're gonna do is, make it lighter. There you go. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna warm up a little bit the lemon peel. What this is gonna do, oh, no good. Oh, this one looks like it's dry. What that does is, it releases the oil from the lemon. Some could just squeeze it. I like to burn mine a little bit, just to give it like a nice little smoky taste. We're gonna drop it in there. Squeeze as much oil as we possibly can from the lemon. We're gonna drop it like that. We're gonna give it a nice star garnish, because we're gonna go with a winter look. Nice cherry. There you go. There you have it, guys. This will be a winter old-fashioned.
This is what you're recording.
All right.
Let's give the bad boy a little taste.
Nothing for you, Mr. Producer.
Yep.
You're a baby.
Definitely winter. You do have the taste of the maple. You taste the hazelnut, of course. The black walnut is also in there. You do taste a little bit of, a little bit more of a little citrus bitter because of the lemon oils that's behind it. And at the same time, you taste a little bit of, just a hint of smokiness.
Nice.
It's very refreshing as well.
It is very good.
Yeah.
All right, guys, there you have it. Our first cocktail on the show. Soon we're gonna have guests. Hopefully next week, Mr. Chef Diego flies in with his big ears and comes and joins us. And we'll see you next episode.
And to answer the question, the question, what, and it's the most simplest thing, and the most well-known secret of it, this is it. It's these 3 things.
Go ahead.
That creates my imaginary thoughts of my cocktail, that produces, you know, the creativity behind it and everything. And it's 3 very simple things. is the love for the craft, the passion for the craft, and the working ethics for the craft. That's it. That's what creates my identity behind all my cocktails and behind my imaginary things of it and my creativity of it. It's those three very simple things. It's nothing crazy. It's the most simplest thing. It's love, passion, and the working ethics behind it. That's it.
All right.
That's the truth of it.
All right.
You know?
All right, send us off, Master G. Send us off.
Have a happy New Year's, guys. We didn't say Merry Christmas last time, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
So happy, belated Merry Christmas. I hope everybody had an amazing time with their families, with their loved ones. You know, and I hope everybody managed to give the gifts that they needed to give to the people that they love and they admire. I hope that this New Year's for everyone becomes a pleasant one and everybody creates their goals and their motives of what it is that they want for the following year. Make sure you guys do stick by it. I always made this recommendation, never set up your goals in the beginning of January. Always give it like some time so you can really like process and have your thoughts all together. And then you set up your goals from January 10th and up. And try your very best to, accomplish it by doing so. So I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody, a Happy New Year's, and I wish all of you guys have an amazing, beautiful, blissful time with your family and friends.
All right, guys. See you next episode of Aromas Amigos podcast. Peace.
Peace out. Said we down, bitch. Well.
Good?